I remember waking up and looking up and seeing a whole company of firefighters looking down at me. And that's...
Dan Grider, Probable Cause, with a special update from Probable Cause Special Correspondent Ethan Morgan.
Ethan Morgan, Probable Cause. I'm a visiting correspondent here with Probable Cause Incorporated, and we're got a big update for you on this helicopter crash. It actually had a happy outcome, so we're gonna go inside and take a look at this crash. It didn't turn out too bad, so let's check it out.
Ethan, that's not actually correct. You being the new guy and stuff. When you point to the hat, you got to go like this. Ethan Morgan, Probable Cause. Try it again.
Ethan Morgan, Probable Cause.
Yeah, you know, you got a long ways to go. You should use the index finger, and it should stay a credit card length away from the hat. Ethan Morgan, Probable Cause. Come on.
All right, Dan, you're getting a little too picky with this stuff. All right, this is the last time I'm gonna do this. Ethan Morgan, Probable Cause.
Action! Sorry about that. Ethan Morgan, he's doing the very best again. Dan Grider, Probable Cause. That's the way you really do it. Here's a happy story. You know, I do all these fatal airplane accident crash things all the time where everybody dies and everything like that. It's all really bad. We're trying to make a change here and affect the general aviation fatal accident rate. However, every now and then, how about a good story, one where everything worked? This is a great story. 531 Lima November is an Air Methods light flight helicopter. Chopper pilot's guy's name is Daniel Moore. He's flying this chopper like at about 3,700 feet in cruise. Something bad happens on the chopper. This is a Eurocopter EC-135. Great airplane. The EC-135 comes with two different types of power plants, either Pratt & Whitney or this French-made thing. The French engine is actually a pretty good engine. However, this one was the Pratt & Whitney. We don't know yet if this was an engine problem, which I doubt, because this thing actually has two engines on it and one drivetrain. So you can lose an engine and still maintain flight. Very safe, very reliable, highly desirable helicopter. This airplane was only built in 2015. This helicopter was built in 2015. They're in cruise at 3,700 feet. Daniel Moore is a great guy. American Army veteran, chopper pilot, tons of experience, and from everything I can tell, everybody did everything right on this thing. I'm not a helicopter guy, so I can't tell you really what went wrong. It's going to be a little while before they figure out. My guess is something on the tail boom rotor that controls what helicopters do to maintain longitudinal control. But something happened and made this helicopter just virtually uncontrollable. I know that it lost altitude and it went in. It wasn't a dual engine failure because he could have auto-rotated to any one of a number of places. So he was down to not being able to control where the helicopter is going. But he still had enough control to put this thing in a postage stamp spot. And let's take a look at this door cam video footage of this helicopter just about to touch down. So after the helicopter hits and explodes, now there's a Lyft driver, not Uber, but Lyft. This girl, and her name is Catherine O'Donnell or something like that. She's a Lyft driver. She gets out of her car. She sees the problem. They're trying to they've got a baby. They've got two employees. They got the pilot and two nurses on board. Plus, they're transporting this 2-month-old baby. They're trying to get the baby out of the helicopter before the helicopter blows up because it's leaking fuel everywhere. So this Lyft driver girl, she goes running towards the helicopter, grabs the baby, and gets away from the helicopter.
I hope it doesn't blow because I have a child to get home to. I literally was just like, give me whatever you need to give me and like get the heck out of there before it blows. So I didn't know what to expect, what he was going to give me, and that's when he handed me the baby girl, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Someone snapped this photo of D'Onofrio running from the chopper with the baby in her hands.
Everybody did everything that they're supposed to do. They finally got everybody out, and Daniel Moore, in serious condition, he hurt a lot of stuff in this thing. He was the last one to get extricated from this airframe. Fortunately, it did not burn, and it gave the responders time to get him out and get him to the hospital. He's going to make a full recovery. He's going to be totally okay.
But I remember my flight medic, Kevin Chafee, taking a 2-month-old baby, handing it off, just safety, and grabbing the fire extinguisher and putting the fire out, and then taking that baby on an ambulance to finish the mission and get him to the hospital, which I thought was completely amazing. And then, you know, my flight nurse, Chris Lawson, I guess he dragged me out from underneath the helicopter and got me to safety. And I really don't remember much of anything, to be honest. I remember waking up and looking up and seeing a whole company of firefighters looking down at me.
This is a crazy good story. This is a heartwarming one. I am not sure, even yet now, after looking at Google Earth, here's the Google Earth footage of the spot where this helicopter went in, and look at where it ended up on its side, right up against this church. Didn't even touch the power lines. I cannot figure out how in the world he did that, and what the path was to get there is totally amazing. There's not much space here. The thing definitely hit hard. It hit on one side. The rotor blades are gone. They get smashed and gone. But this thing ended up on its side. Everybody got out. It's a great story. Kudos to LifeNet Air Methods, a super professional crew. Very well done, and it's a story I like to see. We don't get to talk about the good ones very often because a crash like this, most of the time, it doesn't come out very good at all. So anyway, great story here. In other housekeeping news, remember the DC-3 is up and flying. Any private pilot, really any pilot, that's got a heartbeat and a Visa card can come in and fly the DC-3 left seat. Come fly with me. 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever you want to do. Do takeoffs, landings, go fly around, shoot approaches, get your picture taken, have a lot of fun. DC-3 is available. Also, we're putting together a Sun and Fun DC-3 trip. The DC-3 is going to leave Atlanta and go down to Sun and Fun. I've got space. If you want to go on that, that's going to be a type rating trip, where on the course of the trip, you get your SIC type rating in the trip. You'll get all your required left seat time, all your takeoffs, landings, your engine failure, your training, and your ground school. We're going to do that in conjunction with our trip to Sun and Fun. We're going to stay overnight down there a few nights, and I've got space for a few more people still on that trip for anybody that wants to go. I'd be glad to take your email or phone call on that. Send me an email, dan@dangrider.com. If you'd like to go on the DC-3 trip to Sun and Fun, we're taking banjos and bluegrass instruments, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So I hope you'll consider doing that. I've only got a couple spaces left on that trip if you want the type rating. If you do want the type rating, you got to be a multi-engine pilot at least. Minimum is private pilot, airplane multi-engine land with at least a third-class medical, and then I can put DC-3 on your actual pilot's license. It's a great deal. If you want to fly the DC-3 and come in for the SIC type rating course during the rest of the year, we're open and flying. I'm going to try to do about one of those courses per month. There's 3 guys per course. It takes 3 days to do it. So if you want to do that, get it while you can. The DC-3 is not going to be around for forever, so get it while you can. Come on in and fly the DC-3. Enjoy it. Even though it's SIC, everybody sits left seat and flies it. You're still going to operate the airplane. I'm going to let you start it and taxi and take off and do touch and goes and all that stuff with it. I've had the airplane a long time, so I know what I'm doing in the right seat, and I'm definitely going to let you do it. I don't steal any of your flying, and it's a lot of fun. Got to get out of here, but this is a great story here today. Thanks for joining in on this one with Ethan Morgan, my new assistant. My name's Dan Grider. You're watching Probable Cause.
All right, Dan, you're getting a little too picky with this stuff. All right, this is the last time I'm gonna do this. Ethan Morgan, Probable Cause.